To succeed in life, you need to take action. I've used a system which has literally transformed my life. I was so thrilled with the results that I decided to teach this technique to my daughter, and she absolutely loved it, and it has helped her in her studies. Hi, I'm Thomas Verghese, author and life coach at empoweryourselves.com, and today we'll be talking about the Pomodoro Technique. So let's get going. All right, so today we'll be learning about the Pomodoro Technique. So let's begin first with the brain facts. Now we all know that the brain gets tired after we work for a long period of time. So it needs rest after we do a lot of work. We see that when we have a good night's sleep, our performance really improves the next day. We also know that when we are not well rested, our next day is not that good. So our brain really requires a good amount of rest. Another interesting brain fact is that our brain is 2% of the body weight, but it uses 20% of the energy. So the brain needs a lot of energy in order to work and in order to function properly. All right, so now let's look at what is Pomodoro Technique. Now, basically, the Pomodoro Technique is a time management technique. So it will help us to focus on our work much more better. Pomodoro Technique was invented by an Italian by the name Francesco Cirillo in 1980s, that is the late 1980s. Now, Francisco was a student who was studying at the university, but he saw that his studies were not up to the mark and he was not able to cope with his studies very well. So he came up with a system which would assist him to improve his studies. Now, Pomodoro basically means tomato in Italian. So what Francisco did was he had a tomato-shaped timer, and therefore the name, the Pomodoro Technique. Now, what he did was he set this timer for 25 minutes and he started to study for a period of 25 minutes. So the thing is, he set the timer for 25 minutes and gave his complete focused attention on the task that he was doing. And then he took a break, and then again he repeated the same technique. He set the timer for 25 minutes and he started giving his full focused attention to his studies. So now each interval of 25 minutes is also called a Pomodoro. Now, why do we need to use Pomodoro Technique? So let's look at some advantages. One is it makes us more productive. Second is we get more focused when we're using this technique. Third is it reduces stress. That is, when we are focused, we are able to accomplish more. Therefore, the workload reduces, and therefore that reduces the stress. And since we reduce our workload, we see that we are able to meet our deadlines. All right, so now how can I use the Pomodoro Technique? Well, it's very simple. It's actually a 6-step process, and I'll explain to you how it exactly works. All right, so number one, choose a particular task. So you may have many tasks, but you have to select one task that you are going to work on. And set the timer for 25 minutes. Now, when you set the timer for 25 minutes, decide in your mind that you're going to be focused on that particular task. This is very important, that you set an intention in your mind that I'm going to sit for 25 minutes and I'm not going to be distracted. So you're going to give 25 minutes of your time. Now, step number 3 is work till the timer rings. That is, you're going to give your complete undivided attention for 25 minutes and work on the task at hand. Now you may ask, what if I'm distracted in between of 25 minutes? Well, what if at 15 minutes somebody comes and distracts me? Then what you have to do is set the timer back again to 0 and start all over again. Okay, now why do we do that? It is because we want to train our brain to be focused for at least 25 minutes of time. Now, if we introduce some sort of a punishment or a penalty, it will train our brain to be focused for the next 25 minutes. Okay, so that's the objective. So if you're distracted in between in the 10th minute or the 15th minute, you have to start from 0 again and go for 25 minutes. Okay, that means it will, when you complete 25 minutes, what happens? You put a check mark on the paper and congratulations, you have finished one Pomodoro session. Okay, that's step number 4. So you put a check mark and you have completed your one Pomodoro session. So now what do? Take a 5 minutes break. Now you may get up from your seat and walk around, okay, have a drink of water, have some juice, have something to snack on, listen to some music. Just the objective is to relax yourself. You're not going to focus on work for this 5 minutes. The only thing you're going to focus on is pure relaxation. So nothing about work, just relax. All right. What do you do after 5 minutes? That's step number 6. You get back to work. Again, set the timer for 25 minutes, start all over again. So you're going to work on the task for the next 25 minutes. So give it your complete undivided attention. And after 25 minutes gets over, again, you take a 5 minutes break. All right. So it's 25 minutes followed by 5 minutes. Then again 25 minutes followed by 5 minutes, 25 minutes again followed by another 5 minutes. Now the fourth time when you do a 25 minute session, you're going to take a 20-minute break. Okay, this is to rest and rejuvenate yourself, and your brain requires that kind of rest if it has to refocus again. So in that 20 to 30 minutes of break which you take, you're going to absolutely relax. Do nothing. You can just take a stroll around. You can have something to eat, because as we know that the brain requires a lot of energy to work. So we'll eat something, we'll snack on something so that it gives us brain power. We'll walk around. We will just refresh and rejuvenate ourselves. And after 20 to 30 minutes, you come back again and you start the process all over again. That is, you do another Pomodoro session for another 25 minutes. Okay, and this continues. And then after 25 minutes, you take a 5 minutes break. Then again work for another Pomodoro session for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break. So that is the Pomodoro technique for you. Now, this Pomodoro technique has really helped me a lot in my career and in my work. It has helped me to focus so much on my studies. And when my daughter was in class 12, she had a very tough time to focus on her studies. And that's when I introduced the Pomodoro technique to her, and she absolutely loved it. So my friends, don't just listen to this video, just give it a try. Means you practice the Pomodoro session, that is 25 minutes of complete focus. Just set a timer. It's very easy. Your mobile phones has a timer in it. So just set the timer for 25 minutes and give your complete undivided attention for 25 minutes on a task. And after that 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Again, continue this. You'll see that your productivity increases dramatically over a period of time. And what you can do is also teach your near and dear ones about this technique. They will love you for it. So I hope this session was useful. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow in another video. Thank you.